Tonight, a Fox 11 investigates follow-up into the high cost of state-paid rental properties for sex offenders. Many of you were outraged at the inflated rates and rents, double, even triple the going rate paid for what rent is with your tax dollars. Fox 11's Mark Leland uncovered the expense earlier this year for sex offenders on the supervised release from the Sandridge treatment facility. And tonight, Mark shows us how the state is taking action in an effort to reduce those costs.
Your tax dollars go toward renting some 30 homes across the state for sex offenders on supervised release. Fox 11 Investigates uncovered huge rents being paid by the state's Department of Health Services. They say the money is needed to entice landlords to rent. But we've discovered DHS has paid double, triple, even quadruple the going rate. This house in Green Bay rented for $2,500 a month, with the landlord nearly recouping his entire investment in the house in just 1 year.
Why does DHS have these cash issues here where they're paying a lot of money for things that don't need to cost that much?
Internally, I think this is the way it's always been done, and until somebody lit a fire under them, they're just going ahead with it.
Since our Fox 11 investigation into rental costs earlier this year, State Senator Mike Ellis pushed for and got the Legislative Audit Committee to order an audit of the supervised release program. That audit found similar high rents being paid at taxpayer expense. Its recommendation: negotiate better contracts and seek out other landlords.
What we'll be asking for are additional firms to who have the ability to rent to us, who are willing to rent to us and are willing to rent to us knowing what risks they will be taking.
Jason Cram heads up the supervised release program through the state's Department of Health Services. He says changes are taking place.
What we're looking for is a firm, or multiple firms would be great if we could accomplish, if we could get that, who could provide the services that we need across the entire state of Wisconsin.
DHS will put out for bids in January contracts for housing sex offenders. In the past, Fox 11 Investigates found DHS went back to the same landlords to secure rental properties. The practice was going on with little or no public notification that properties were even needed. That meant just a few landlords owned a bulk of the more than 30 homes being rented by DHS to house sex offenders.
Hopefully this is an opportunity to drive the rents down.
Absolutely, absolutely. Competition in the rent would be ideal if we can not have a small monopoly of firms. If we could have a number of firms who could work for us, that would be the ideal.
One question not answered by the state audit: why doesn't the state simply purchase some of the homes it needs and cut out the middleman landlord?
If they had bought that home for $32,000, they wouldn't be paying $45,000 to somebody else in rent. And if that sprinkles through the system, mathematically they could save a ton of money. They did not take that subject up.
So I raised the issue directly with Cram.
Why doesn't DHS just own the properties themselves?
That's a great question. First of all, we don't have the DHS. I mean, my program doesn't have the authority to go and purchase a house and then rent.
Logistically, Cram says the process would not be cost effective since most sex offenders occupy the homes on average for 2.5 to 3 years. Then the house could be vacant since offenders are returned by law to the county of their conviction. Ellis says a change in the law could make state-owned homes a better option for taxpayers, and he plans to press the issue.
We keep asking because you sprung the leak in the boat, and we're going to find out what's going on.
With all the attention our investigation into high rents created, many of you even asked, how can I rent a property to the state? Well, we have contact information to do that on our website at fox11online.com. But I should point out, since our stories aired, the state has been able to secure properties at lower rents. In Green Bay, Mark Leland, Fox 11 News.
Well, if you would like to check out our previous Fox 11 Investigates reports on the cost to house sex offenders and to find contact information if you are interested in offering a property for rent, log on to our website at fox11online.com and click on Fox 11 Investigates at the top of the page.